Anthony ONEAL sat down and broke down the 10 things you should buy the moment your income rises. And from the very first moment, he said 25% minimum.
You're already investing 25% minimum into your retirement and into... Y'all heard me correctly.
It became clear. This isn't about flexing. It's about foundations.
You pay $2,000 to learn AI automations, and if you're not learning AI automations, or if you're not learning AI, period, AI will eventually take over your job.
Because tomorrow's not promised, automation is coming, and one decision today can rewrite your entire future.
Certifications in your field, digital marketing, coding boot camps, whatever's going to increase your income. Let's get over to number 3. Education that pays you back. And this specifically changed my life. Investing into... Most people think getting money means buying chains, cars, and let's be honest, in today's day and time, designer clothes. But here's what I'm learning. Wealthy people, they are buying 10 things first. And watch this. Number 7 is the reason I went from broke at 25, living in my car, to a net worth millionaire today. Y'all know me. I genuinely do not play about generational wealth. I don't play about getting out of debt. But here's what nobody tells you. There are things you should buy once you start making real money. And these are not things to flex, but to build a foundation that your children's children will thank you for. To build a foundation that you can live off of, you and your spouse can live off of when you're 60, 70, 80. We do not have to be wealthy in our 80s. We can be wealthy today. Now, hold up, real quick. Before y'all get excited, let me be clear. Okay? This assumes 3 things. Before you can buy these things, first, you are consumer debt free. You have no consumer debt. I'm not talking about your mortgage, but your credit cards are paid off. Your car notes are paid off. All that mess is 100% gone. We're not playing here. We're striving for freedom, which leads me to the second thing is that you got your emergency fund locked in. 3 to 6 months of your net pay sitting inside of a high yield savings account. Not 3 to 6 months of expenses. We're beyond that. 3 to 6 months of your average net pay sitting inside of a high yield savings account, which is going to lead me to number 3. You're already investing 25% minimum into your retirement and into tithes and offerings. Y'all heard me correctly. Into your tithes and offerings. 15% into your investment account, 10% into your tithe and offerings. If you're not there yet, I want you to pause this video and go watch my Get Out of Debt content. For real, I want you to come back when you're ready because this is important. But if you are there, man, let's talk about some strategic purchases that will help you build wealth, not drain it. These ain't wants. These are investments into your actual future. These are investments that will impact your life. And I mean this. And I'm going slow today. I don't really feel the best today, but I'm going to go slow today. But here's number 1. And this is so simple, but y'all are sleeping on it. You got to upgrade your savings account game. Yep, I'm going straight there. I'm not talking about one account. I'm talking about multiple high yield savings accounts. See, most of these accounts have caps on how much they'll pay you maximum when it comes to your interest. So what do? You split your money across 2 or 3 accounts and maximize every single dollar. Listen, inside of my high yield savings accounts, literally, I've said this before, but these pay for my debts. Not my debts, Lord Jesus. These literally pay for my dates. These literally pay for dinner and when I'm stepping out. because I'm pulling an average about $500 a month in passive income just through my emergency funds sitting inside of these high yield savings accounts. So while I'm sleeping, while I'm working, while I'm recording content, while I'm in school, while I'm teaching, while I'm completing my doctoral degree, my money is making money inside of these accounts. Your money sitting inside of a Wells Fargo bank or Bank of America account making only 0.01%, that's not saving anything. That's slowly going broke with a false sense of security. False sense of security. Now hold up. Before we move on to number 2, let me help you maximize this high yield saving strategy. Listen, I just told you I'm making $500 a month from my emergency fund. Y'all want to know exactly where? That's why I partner with the best banks. Not bank, best banks to help you stop losing money to inflation. It's simple. Go to anthonyoneal.com/savings right now. Honestly, I think we update this list every single week with accounts paying anywhere between 4% to 5.2%. Some of these accounts have no minimums, no fees, and no secret fees. And our money is still FDIC insured. Real talk, if you got $10,000 sitting in a regular savings account, you're losing $270 a year just to inflation. But you see, in a high yield savings account, you're making $500. That's a $770 difference. Listen, take 5 minutes right now to simply open an account, and your money starts working while you're asleep. Your money starts working while you're at your job. Go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. Again, that's anthonyoneal.com/savings. Link should be inside the show description, and it should be up on the screen right now. All right, let's get into number 2. And this specifically changed my life. Investing into my health foundation. I want you to start investing into your sleep. You spend a third of your life in bed, a third, but you got a mattress from 2010 that's got your back looking like a question mark. Come on, fam. You see, quality mattresses, quality pillows, and blackout curtains. This ain't luxury. This is productivity. You can't build wealth when you're exhausted. You can't. You can't. I was watching a show on the Diary of the CEO, and he was talking about how you are 44% less likely to have a heart attack if you get an adequate amount of 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night. So this means if you rest your body, you're helping your heart. Which leads me to the next part when it comes to our health. Man, get a gym membership that you will actually use, or invest into a mini gym into your basement or in your garage. If it's just 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. I'm going to say this again. 20 minutes a day, 10 minutes of cardio, 10 minutes of lifting weights. It's an amazing investment. But you got to be real with yourself. You got to be real with yourself and ask yourself, yo, am I going to actually use this membership? And I will hope that you will use this membership, because what is the point of having wealth and having financial freedom if your health is taking up all of your margin? Remove every excuse between you and your health. Remove it. I work out every single day in my gym. Instead of for me going on an expensive birthday vacation like I do every single year, I put about $10,000 into my gym. Not expecting you to do that, but I don't like getting up and driving 1 hour to the gym and then working out for an hour and then driving an hour back to the gym, when I can just get up in the morning, walk downstairs, get on my treadmill, work out, get in my sauna, and go back upstairs, shower, and get my day. But my health is so important. Which leads me to the next thing. We're talking about, the gym, preventative care, dental cleanings, annual physicals, therapy. Yeah, I said it, therapy. You see, your mental health is wealth too. I go to therapy once every other week. My team members, I refund them for one therapy session a month. It's one of the best investments I have ever made into myself, because let me be real with you. I make good money. My company makes good money. But let me be honest with you, man. Making good money and still being single at 41, going on 42 here, July of 2026. You know, I've been called all kind of names. I've been called a red flag. I've been told, man, maybe he's gay. I've been told I'm going to hell. You know, I'm a public figure. And some people look at my life, he's driving his dream cars, he's going on dream vacations, and, you know, he got his own business, he good. But if it wasn't for me investing into my mental health, I don't know if I would be here today. And while some of you all are watching this may not have it on my level, but you have those mental thoughts on your level. I contemplated suicide in my younger days. The enemy can't get me no more. But I think the reason why the enemy can't get me anymore because I've invested into my health, into my mental health. Because if I don't take care of my number one asset, which is my mind, which is my number one business, I can't go nowhere. But here's the truth. You can't build generational wealth from the hospital bed. You can't build generational wealth from the psych ward. You can't build generational wealth if you don't have your mental straight. You can't enjoy your millions if you're too sick to spend it. Your health is your wealth. This one saved me so much money. This one has helped me maintain where I'm at. Which let's get over to number 3. Let's get over to number 3. Education that pays you back. I'm not talking about another degree while I'm currently in school myself, getting my doctoral degree in finance and investing. I'm not talking about going back to school for 4 years. I'm talking about skills that put money in your pocket within 12 months. AI automation training, certifications in your field, digital marketing, coding boot camps, whatever's going to increase your income. Real talk, right now, I'm paying a 25-year-old $10,000 to build AI systems within my company. That's $10,000 within the last 30 days. I paid a 25-year-old to help me build AI automations. You know where he learned it? From a $2,000 boot camp, careerist. So I paid him $10,000. He paid $2,000 for the boot camp. And I'm paying him 10 bands. That's a 5 times return on his education investment. Think about that. You pay $2,000 to learn AI automations. And if you're not learning AI automations, or if you're not learning AI, period, AI will eventually take over your job. Watch this. It's not going to be AI who takes over your job. It's going to be someone who knows how to work AI. And I was telling it to my consumer economics class that, listen, use AI. In your generation right now, you should be learning AI while you're getting your 4-year degree. Because by the time you get out and you're looking for a job, they're going to expect you to know how to use AI to make your position even better. And I told them, here's my rule. Will this education pay for itself within 12 months? If yes, buy it. If no, I need you to strongly question it. Listen, and I'm not knocking my former YouTubers, podcasters, influencers, but I got to be honest with you. Stop buying courses on how to get freaking rich. Stop buying courses. Here's how to make $1 million in 30 days. No. Start buying education that teaches you high income skills. There's a difference. There's a difference between learning and earning. Start buying educational courses that within a matter of 6 to 12 months, that boot camp, that training, that certificate pays for itself and then some. We have an AI automation boot camp that we'll put up on the screen right here for you, and we'll link it inside the show notes. You can go to anthonyoneal.com/, AI automations. I don't know if that's the thing, but we'll make it the thing. By the time this come out, go to anthonyoneal.com/AI automations. I think the boot camp is like $2,000, but you'll get your money back times 10. Times 10. Which I want to keep going. Let's go over number four. Number four. And people are honestly going to judge me a little bit for this one. I really don't care. But what I've learned with the middle class is we've learned how to exchange our time for money. But what I'm learning as I'm evolving in this space is that the wealthy individuals are no longer trying to exchange their time for money. They're making more money to buy back their time. What do I mean by that? House cleaning, meal prep, laundry service, grocery delivery, drivers. But Anthony, ayo, that's wasting money. No. Let me give you some math. If your laundry service costs you $25 but saves you 2 hours, and you can make $100 in those 2 hours, that's not an expense. That's an investment with a 300% return. You see, this is not honestly about being lazy. This is about being strategic. Every hour you spend doing something that someone else can do for $15 is an hour you're not building wealth. Start with one service, just one. Free up 2 to 3 hours a week and use that time for income producing activities, side hustles, overtime, building your business. You see, wealthy people understand this. Time is the only thing that you cannot get back. It is. Now, I used to, I still to this day, I love cutting my grass. But I realize that as beautiful as it is, man, I was spending 3 hours a week cutting my grass. When in that 3 hours, I could be working on generating it and creating content that is going to transform you all's lives, that is going to touch the masses. I could be in my office reading a book and expanding my knowledge. I could be in front of my computer screen, diving into my school books rather than cutting my grass. Time is the only thing I can't get back. So let's stop trading it for tasks that do not build wealth. Now, I'm not sitting here saying, oh my gosh, go and, you know what I'm saying, get all, no. Do it within your budget. Do it within your means, right? But I'm in this generation of, I don't care if my wife cooks. If I can spend $150 to $200 a week on getting us meal prep service that is healthy, that her and I can eat every single day, and we can work out and we can eat healthy, but allows her to do her thing, allows me to do my thing. And let's be honest, it takes some stress off of her and myself from cooking throughout the week. And it frees us up to do something that we enjoy, that can produce that we enjoy, and that can produce more time to produce more income. Man, shoot, I'm going to pay for the meal service. I'm going to pay for it. Let's talk about number 5. And I'm going to offend somebody here. I'm going to offend somebody. And it is what it is. Stop playing around with TurboTax and get you a real financial team, y'all. Stop it. Once you start making right around $100,000 or more, you need a CPA. Not H&R Block. I said it. Not your cousins who do taxes on the side. You need a real certified CPA. You see, my CPA cost me close to about $10,000 a year. I would say out of that $10,000 a year, about $1,500 of that goes to me personally then the rest goes towards my business. But just on a personal side, she probably saves me about $50,000 a year in taxes. On the business side, she saves me hundreds of thousands of dollars because our company does well over multiple millions a year. So if she's costing me $10,000 a year, roughly right around $800 a month, but saving me hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's almost a 400, 500% ROI, return on my investment. Y'all are spending hours trying to figure out tax codes when a professional can do it better and save you more money. But the average person thinks if I go to this particular company and tell them I got 3 kids, get you a real certified CPA. Watch this. Get a fee-only financial advisor. Not these commission-based folks trying to sell you whole life insurance. No. Get rid of them jokers. Get you a fee-only flat rate, someone legally required to work in your best interest. Not what makes them the most money. No, in your best interest. And get you a real estate attorney when you start buying property. Get a business attorney when you form an LLC. Stop trying to do things all on your own. I told you all I bought a piece of property in Accra, Ghana, and I'd even let my CPA do it. I called my attorney who has developed all of my businesses. We got to stop Googling our way through legal documents that could cost us millions if things go left. My CPA, she handles my finances. My law firm that I think once you start building a business that is making millions, I don't just have an attorney. I have one attorney. His name is Josh. I start off all my conversations with. He's not as proficient in all fields, but his law firm is. So when I needed to do my trust, he gave me a trust attorney. When I had some lawsuits, we had a lawsuit attorney. When I had to form my business, he did that part for me. So I have a law firm. I'm not trying to be cheap when I'm trying to build something that's massive, because I want to make sure that I'm making the right investments. I want to make sure that when I'm investing into the stock market, I'm investing through the right company, that when I'm buying property, I'm legally covered, that I'm doing the right things and I'm not taking shortcuts, because shortcuts cost us money. And watch this. We're talking about getting your financial team together, right? But let me tell you about the platform that makes investing super, super simple. Even if you're just starting with $5, I said it, with just $5. I have now moved from Moomoo to SoFi Invest. I actually rock with 3 main companies, SoFi Invest, Public, and Moomoo. But I've moved all of my money from Moomoo to SoFi. When we're talking about wealthy people investing in index funds and the S&P 500, you need the right platforms to actually do it. Check this out. SoFi is offering up to $1,000 in stocks when you just open up an account and fund a new account. Plus, they got a 1% match on recurring deposits with SoFi Plus membership. No commission on stocks, and you can buy fractional shares starting at just $5. Public is also blessing our community. You can start investing with them as little as $1. They offer 0 commission on stocks and ETFs. Plus, you can invest in alternative assets like fine art and collectibles. Both of these platforms have educational resources to help you understand really what you're investing in. You can set up automatic investing into index funds, that S&P 500 that averages about a 10% return. You can be in it today. Listen, this is what I tell everyone. I don't need you to put money in it today. Let's take small steps. I need you to go to anthonyoneal.com/invest. Compare which platforms you like. SoFi Invest, Moo. You compare. I like SoFi Invest, and here's why. Because I believe the very first step is to open an account. SoFi is the only one that will allow you to open an account without putting any money into it. But then between myself, between SoFi Invest, we will educate you on the kind of stocks and where you should start. So do me a favor, before the end of this year, just go open up the account. Even if you're saying, Anthony, I only got $5 to put in today. Anthony, I don't have $0 I can put into it today. I want you to open the account. Take the first step, and I'm going to walk with you the rest of the way. Go to anthonyoneal.com/invest to compare all the platforms and to see which one works best for you, because your future millionaire self would thank you for taking action today. All right, let's get to number 6. Upgrade where you make money. Upgrade it. Yep, upgrade it. What do you mean by upgrade, Anthony, where I make money? Get you a standing desk. Get you a chair that is comfortable. Like, I need to honestly get rid of this chair. Get you 2 monitors, not just one. Get you some good lighting. Get you a quality keyboard. This is your wealth building command center. This is where you'll be writing your books. This is where you're going to be running the majority of your business. Do not be cheap in these areas. Don't be hunched over a laptop on the couch talking about, I'm building an empire. Where? On that TV tray? Bad posture costs you productivity. Bad posture costs you medical expenses down the road because your back is going to be jacked up. Lost productivity costs you promotions. Missed promotions cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your career. My standing desk was $400. My chair was $600. My monitor setup was about $800. That's $1,800 in total. If that setup helps me earn just $2,000 more, that is a well investment on my side because it paid for itself. You got to invest where you make money at. Your workspace should inspire you to work and not make you take a nap. I'm going to say it one more time. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, Anthony O'Neal, that's my Instagram handle, at Anthony O'Neal, you will see last year I invested into my office. When I walked into my office, I wasn't inspired to work. And I was like, man, I need to change this around. So I hired someone to come in there and build me some bookshelves. And I bought a standing desk. And now I love going into my office. I don't work out of my studio here. I just come here and we shoot. But I enjoy where I work and where I study. When I walk into that office, I feel like I'm Superman when it comes to financial literacy, because I feel like I walk in as Clark Kent, but I come out as Superman. Number 7. This is the thing that changed everything for me. This is a thing that some of you probably are going to push back on. Let me know in the comment sections if you agree, if you disagree. But this changed everything for me, and I believe it'll change everything for you. You all know I don't hide my spiritual walk. But you got to set up tithing and a giving system. I told you all earlier that we should be investing 25% of our money, 15% into the investment account, 12 to 15%. But then our 10% needs to go into God. Anthony, how's that investment? Well, because the first 10% of your money goes back to God, period, point blank and simple. Before taxes, before bills, before anything is paid, I pay God. I hate that verbiage. I don't pay God. I just give God back his 10%. This is the wealth secret nobody wants to talk about because it doesn't make sense on paper. It doesn't even make sense to some of y'all who are listening to it right now. Like, Anthony, how's this a ROI? But I'm telling you, I've never seen God let a generous person from his or her core go broke. Am I saying they have a perfect life? Am I saying that they're wealthy and rich? Absolutely not. But I've never seen God give someone or allow someone who is generous to go broke. There's a pastor, I won't say his name, sat on a panel with him, and he was impressed with how I stood when it comes to generosity and when it comes to, my tithing as a financial guy. I stood my ground. I was like, yeah, man, the first 10% I invest is into God. I back into God because I want God to understand that if you bless me with more millions, I'm going to be generous. When I tell like some of my business friends and business partners how I pay out commission to my team, they're like, man, you're crazy. There's no way in the world I'm paying out that much money in commission when you gotta eat up all the fees and the cost. I'm like, yeah, but it's like if I don't have a team, then I can't make money. Generosity. I stood on that ground, and a week later, when I got home, there was a package that came to my front door, and it was a Gucci suit. And I like name brand things. I've just never worn a Gucci suit before. And I called the pastor, and he said, man, I just wanted to bless you with something. This was a $7,000 suit. I haven't worn it to this day. you know, I just saw him recently at a wedding, and he said, man, generosity is probably my strength, but it's also probably my weakness. His church gives away $400,000 a year. That's not to other communities. No, no, no. He gives away, he pays people's rent, car notes, and groceries. Anthony, why are you telling me this story? I said, because I'm telling you this because I've never seen him go broke. I've never seen him not be able to provide the life that he desires for his wife and for his children. I've never seen him struggle. Am I saying his life is perfect? No. Am I saying my life is perfect? Absolutely not. I got issues. I got headaches. Heck, I even got sometimes some money drama. Can I be honest with you though? Ooh. Stepping out on my own, those first 2 to 3 years, I should not have been. My company should not have made millions. If you would have asked me or asked anyone who knew of my current situation, there's no way in the world we would have thought my company would have been making millions. And I'm saying this, not just 1 million, not just 2 million. My company's made millions every single year. And I say, God, why? And it's not because I'm perfect. I'm still growing and evolving as a man. I still have sins and issues that I'm working on. But I think it's because of my generosity, because of my generous heart. I love giving to my local church. I love giving back to you all. I love giving to my team. And I just love being a generous person. And I believe God said, man, although you're flawed and although you have issues, Anthony, you at your core, I can trust you with more. It ain't because I'm the best financial YouTuber. It's not because I come up with the best financial content. I know that for a fact. But God knew he can trust me. So what I want you to do is I want you to set up automatic tithing to your church. Yeah, I said it. Create a blessing others fund. When God tells you to bless somebody, you can do it without checking your bank account. Y'all want to know why my business keeps growing even when I can't explain it? It's because God sees my heart, like I said. The 90% I keep grows because he can trust me with it. But Anthony, I can't afford to tithe. Here's my thing. You can't afford not to tithe. This ain't about math because the math won't make sense. It is honestly about faith. And faith moves mountains that math can't even measure. Anthony, I don't have a church. Well, let me invite you to my church, Union Church. We're online. Look up Union Church BWI. Union Church, if you're in Charlotte, we got churches coming to Texas, to Georgia, to Africa. Like we have the best church in the world, and I want to encourage you. If you do not have a church home, I'm actually going to put the link to my church inside of today's show notes, and I want you to try God. Just give a tithe. Watch us on Sunday. Watch Pastor Stephen and Pastor Zai Chandler. Be a part of a church that feeds your soul and feeds your mind. And just try tithing. Listen, I want you to try tithing for 3 months, which is just once a month, right? Because you get paid once a month or 2 times a month, right? I want you to try it for 90 days consecutively. I want you to. And watch God move. I spent too much time on that one. I'm sorry. Let me get to number 8. I want you to buy property that makes money. Not your primary home. That's a liability until it's paid off. Let's be honest. I'm talking about an investment property. Start with a duplex. If I can go back to the very first time I bought a home, I wish I didn't buy an actual home. I wish I would have purchased a duplex. I wish I would have lived on one side or rent out the other. Your tenant pays your mortgage while you live rent free. I should have done that. But no, I tried to ball out and impress my fiance at the time and build us a custom home when I should have said, hey, babe, we're going to get to this bag and let's hack the system. Or just buy some land, y'all. Just land. Hold it. Because watch this. God ain't making no more land. But they printing money, more money every single day. What do you think that land's going to be worth in 20 years? I bought land for my future grandkids. It's inside of my trust. So when they get older, I'm giving them something. They will know my name. That's generational thinking. Stop buying cars that depreciate every freaking year and start buying dirt that appreciates. That rhymes. Stop buying cars that depreciate. Start buying dirt that appreciates. That's a song. Let me get to the last 2 things and get y'all up out of here, man. Number 9, even if it's a side hustle, treat it like it's a business. I want you to do an LLC formation. Get your business bank account, QuickBooks, or proper accounting software. I really want you to focus on that. You see, poor people keep jobs. Middle-class people have good jobs. Wealthy people have businesses and a job. Let me say it one more time. Poor people have jobs. Middle-class people, they got pretty good jobs. Wealthy people have businesses and jobs. Why is that? Because the tax code is written for people who own businesses. Your job is what you do for money, but your business is what you do for wealth. It's what you actually enjoy. It costs $200 to form an LLC, $30 a month for an accounting software, maybe $500 for a lawyer to do it 100% right. That's less than $1,000 to protect yourself and to create unlimited income potential. Stop treating your side hustle like a hobby. Structure it like $1 million business it could become. I think I have a link when it comes to starting an LLC. I will put that inside of the show notes today as well. I can't remember the link, but look inside the show notes. And it's super, super affordable. It can have you up and running with a legit LLC business from a actual attorney within a matter of 48 to 72 hours, which leads me to the last thing, number 10. And this is for your family. This is not for you, but get your legacy documents in order. Will, trust, life insurance, power of attorney, healthcare directives. But Anthony, I'm young. So I don't care if you're 25. I don't care if you're 21. I don't care if you don't have any kids. Tomorrow is not promised to nobody. I'm literally not feeling well today. Yesterday, I felt great. Today, I woke up with this little head cold. Anthony, what is sickness? You just don't know what tomorrow holds. And I'll be honest with you, man. I feel good knowing that if God brought me home tomorrow, please don't. But if God brought me home tomorrow, I'm in heaven with no more pain, no more mental breakdowns, no more worrying about people blogging about me. I'm in heaven smiling. And my family is probably down here crying in tears because I'm gone, but I left them something. I didn't leave them with stress. I didn't leave them worrying about paying bills. I didn't leave them, with more drama and more debt. I left them with an estate. If you don't have a will, if you don't have a trust, the government will decide who gets your money. The government. They will take 40% in taxes and give the rest to whoever they think deserves it. Listen, life insurance, it isn't for you. It isn't for me. It's so your family doesn't have to start a GoFundMe when you're gone. And let me speak to Black people. And I mean this respectfully. But why in the heck are we relying on GoFundMe? Listen, man, if I pass, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Don't do no GoFundMe. My family is well taken care of. Well, listen, my family is so taken care of that my nephews and nieces will have enough money to pay for all their college. If I have kids, my kids will have enough money for their college, for them to buy a house, and for my wife to pay off all of our houses and investment properties and have more than enough money to live off of. Why? Because my life insurance policy, my wealth building portfolio is all in place. This cost me maybe $2,000 to set up properly, but it protects everything you've built, every single thing. Stop saying you love your family if you haven't protected them when you're gone. Listen, and I'm going to say it straightforward. I'm going to look you dead in this camera. Stop saying you love your family and you have not put together an estate plan for them. If you got a Louis Vuitton purse and you don't have a will or a trust for your family, I got a question. Do you really love them? If you got a pair of Jordans and you don't have an estate plan for your son, for your daughter, I got a question. Do you love them? I don't care if you and the baby mama, you and the baby daddy don't really like each other like that. Get out of your freaking feelings, get on the same page, and make sure that you will have a will and a trust that benefits your son or your daughter. You driving a BMW, you got a Mercedes lease, but you don't have an estate plan for your loved ones. Do you really love them? I was convicted. I don't have a wife nor kids, but I got family who I love. And God woke me up one morning, you got all this. What happens when you're gone? What happens, Anthony? What happens? What if your mama got to bury you? What if your sister? What if your brother? What if your brother-in-law? What if your nephews, your niece? What if your cousins? What happens if your father? What happens if you have all this, but you're not being a good steward of what I trust you with? I felt convicted. So how in the heck can you have a son or a daughter, have a husband or a wife, have someone who you love and you haven't protected them? That is one of the best ways to say, son, I love you. Daughter, I love you. Wife, husband, I love you. I was thinking about you. And let me say this, man, because I've seen it. You have kids out of wedlock, and your pride prevented you from doing what's right for your child because you can't stand him and because you can't stand her. That is one of the most immature things we can do, is that I'm not going to execute an estate plan for my children because I can't stand that daddy, because I can't stand their mama. Man, grow the hell up. I said it. Listen, I'm going to put wills and trusts inside of today's show notes. It's going to cost you $200. Yes, you may have to have an uncomfortable, not yes, you may. No, you're going to have an uncomfortable conversation with an attorney. You're going to have an uncomfortable conversation with your son or your daughter's other parent. Yes. But I promise you, you'll sleep better. Listen, this ain't about flexing. This is about showing off how much you love and how much you can steward what God has given you. This is about building something that outlasts you. Your children's children should benefit from the decisions we make today. That's kingdom building. That's legacy thinking. But remember the order. Get debt free first using the debt snowball method. Build that emergency fund second, and start investing third. The minimum of 22 to 25%. Then buy these strategic upgrades. Don't get it twisted. Don't buy a standing desk while you got credit card debt. Don't pay for an expensive CPA while you're living paycheck to paycheck. But once you're ready, once you've built the level, the entry level of foundation, these 10 things will accelerate your wealth building like nothing else. Question for you. Put inside a comment below. Which one are you buying first? All right? Listen, I love you. God bless you. This is your boy, Anthony O'Neal. Let me know in the comment section. Which one are you buying first? Peace out.